one of the greatest rock and rollers of all time, who, in my opinion, most would probably agree that Pink Floyd is one of the truly great rock and roll bands ever. You know, Roger Waters proves that not all stereotypes are true. A Brit outflanks an Irishman, and that Irishman happens to be Bono, who is somebody that I think a lot of Irish today don't really claim anymore and probably haven't for a while. He sat down with Piers Morgan.
It's very unfortunate. Yep. Like, to me, how I think about Bono now. It's gross.
Bono, the biggest piece of crap alive. Now, if you've seen South Park, you'd understand.
People, your opinion is so disgusting and so degrading, sticking up for the Zionist entity.
Yes.
What he did a couple of weeks ago, Atmosphere in Vegas, singing about the Stars of David, was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you justify that? All he was doing was paying a tribute to young music lovers at a music festival who happened to be Jewish. And the Star of David is the emblem of a Jewish person.
You're on your own.
I'm not on my own.
Yes, you are.
Why? I don't understand why you'd be so hateful to Bono.
Yeah. Nice try, Piers.
What?
No, Roger Waters is not Jewish.
I'll tell you what Roger Waters is. He's somebody that I would very much like to get as a guest on this channel, and he happens to be very close with Butch Ware. And when I ran into Butch when I was in California, he said he would very much like to get back on the show as soon as possible. We're working on that. As far as I'm concerned, I think we should have them both on. And I think that that would be a great conversation. But as Sable brings up, and a lot of people bring up, this is one of the reasons why when it comes to the British snoot that most people don't like, it's coming from somebody like Piers Morgan, who always acts as this holier than art. What, me? I never said anything so offensive.
Well, it's like that clip you sent me about that woman educating him on caucasity, and he just cannot.
And then he proves caucasity over the course of the entire conversation.
He can't help himself. He just can't.
No.
Why were you so hateful?
It's none of your business.
You said it publicly on TV.
All right, so
it's hardly private, is it?
I was a bit upset. I'm watching a genocide. I wake up in tears every morning.
But people
don't you understand? Don't you get it?
Yes,
okay. Well,
I understand the strength of your feeling. I don't understand why you seem to have very little feeling for the people who've died on the other side.
Because
we just don't anymore. Because we just don't anymore. And maybe in the beginning, some of us maybe pretended we did just a little bit so as to seem like somewhat, respectful. Now I just don't care anymore. You're right. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the Israelis. I don't give a fuck what happens to them. I don't care how many of them die. I really don't. I don't care.
And they're going down.
I'm not going to pretend to care.
Going down in a big way. That's the thing. What most people don't seem to fully understand, which is happening right now, is that this truly is the calm before the storm. We're not even there yet. You wait. You just wait.
And no, I don't condemn Hamas. I don't condemn Hamas. Not even a little bit. Never did. Not even on October 7th. Not on October 8th. Still not now. Don't condemn Hamas. Because if you lock me in a cage, I'm going to blow shit up. I'm going to blow shit up, and I'm going to come hunt you down, and I'm going to come kill you. That's what's going to happen. So why would I condemn people doing exactly what I would do if I were locked in a cage?
Because everybody
I can't. It's just absurd.
This is, again, the embodiment of standing on the pedestal that the Zionists always do, especially when they talk about their safety and their need to feel safe. This is, if you want to talk about true white privilege, that's where it is. It lies in this idea. Again, it's like
they need to always feel comfortable. That they're entitled to comfort.
It's the same thing when you hear somebody say, oh, he's such a well-spoken black person. It's like you don't understand how unbelievably stupid you sound and how unbelievably ignorant and privileged you come off like. In that instance, that's what real privilege is, because they're thinking to themselves, well, we're the better class of people. We are not supposed to be subjected to hard labor and bombs being dropped on our heads and wondering about whether the real indigenous people to West Asia are being affected in any way.
Soon heaven, again, while we do think you're sort of Dr. Shiva, but no, Jews can freely come and go from Zio Hell. Palestinians have no passports. Palestinians can't go anywhere. And if the few that can leave, they have to cross over and go out of Jordan. They're not yet allowed to use the airport that's closest to them. But no, Jews are allowed to come and go. The Jews in Israel are not being held hostage. That's not a thing.
Oh, Travers, you will bury us all, my friend. You truly will. bad hombre. All right.
Kind of though, but it's kind of true.
Mr. Waters has more to say.
Because there's a few hundred of them.
Especially music lovers.
Because
at a
they,
festival. You're a
excuse
musician.
me, because the state of Israel is, how to get it into your thick head? They're committing genocide.
Yes.
They're killing every single Palestinian. They're going to kill every Palestinian
Well, they're
in
not
the
gonna
West
kill
Bank.
every
Their
Palestinian.
dream.
Are you sure about that, Piers?
Oh my
You
God.
sure about that?
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
that's privilege right on its surface. Well, I understand they're going to kill a lot of them, but they're not going to kill them all. Oh, so what? 10, 15% of them will be left alive?
You know what? And this brings us back to what we were talking about with Kiara. Her people were genocided, and yet they still exist. So this is this concept that's very hard for especially Zios to understand. And that includes someone I know personally who seems to think that it can't be a genocide if they're still here. Okay, but then how come Jewish people get to claim that there was a genocide and a Holocaust? We're still here. I don't, and the natives.
They believe in their ethnic, cultural, religious, and social superiority above all others. And because of the runaway, broken, Western-style capitalist system that we're living under, Piers Morgan, who fully knows the score, has his rich, aristocratic, Zionist, Jewish financiers. They have him by his balls, and he knows it.
He's
So
disgusting. Make this go quickly so I can't stare. I can't
Has
look
to
at
pretend. Has to pretend.
And their leaders have said that is Eretz Israel. Every single bit of was once Palestine.
They're not going to kill every
Israel.
Palestinian, obviously.
Why? Oh, they're not?
No, they're not.
Well, they're trying to. Why
Well,
don't
they're trying
they
to
stop?
kill every member of Hamas.
Well, what?
I personally believe, as I know you do, that I think they have the response has been massively disproportionate. And
You
way
think?
too many Palestinians.
You think?
How does he look? I just don't understand how people still want to look at it from that perspective. Well, it was really unfortunate what happened on October 7th, but
Don't do that voice. It makes him sound better than he does. Just don't.
proportionate. It's proportionate. It's not proportionate. I mean, the audacity to suggest proportionality is even something to be discussing here is what's funny. It is.
Well, no, he still believes Israel has a right to defend itself. He's still going with that. They just were a little bit heavy-handed.
Just a tad.
Palestinian civilians have died, and because the population is half under 18, it is absolutely outrageous now that so many young people have been killed. But that doesn't change the fact that 364 Israeli civilians and other nationalities were killed that day at a music festival. And when Bono sings a song about them and pays a tribute to them, you attack him.
They said to me, don't raise your voice. You know what he's like. And I said, yeah, I do.
What am I like?
See, he's like that. All right. This is a complete false equivalence.
I'm not making a false equivalence.
He's interrupting again.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the camera. The oppressor,
I love this.
the state of Israel, is committing genocide on a whole people.
Thank you. I love that because I knew who he was talking to. He was talking to us. And Piers doesn't get that because Piers doesn't talk to us. He just likes to hear him. He just talks to talk. So he can't fathom that someone's actually talking to the people that they're sitting in front of. I think that's great.
What I've always loved about Roger is that he is, and this is what I would say to him if he was ever, kind enough to grace us on our channel, is that as much as it is detestable that Bono is conducting himself the way that he is, it's not a surprise.
He's just Bruce, but on another continent. And quite honestly,
again, reading my brain, I would tell him that the person who truly discourages me and disturbs me more than anybody is Springsteen, because Bruce knows exactly what's going on.
So does Bono. Are you kidding me?
But I don't think Bono cares. I think Bono's a fraud. I think Bruce is a coward. I think Bruce is too afraid to pick. Listen, why?
That's worse.
I agree. It probably is. It is worse because he does feel better. So the fact that why? Because because John Landau happens to be Jewish? Is that what the problem is, Bruce? Like, what the fuck is it? The idea that you would be stone silent for this, you have never said anything, and I mean anything, about the Palestinian people.
I can't with him. All right. But Bono is at this point been disappointing for years. Like
Bono has this, like I said,
he gets to be Irish.
Well, that's why I said in the rare instance where a Brit outflanks an Irishman on the issue of Israel-Palestine, you have to celebrate it.
I could be Irish. I could be Irish more than that.
If there is one thing I can absolutely say, as much as I love you two, Roger Waters, Bono cannot hold a candle to him in terms of his musical acumen, his songwriting, and his overall position in history in terms of a rock and roll artist. There is no comparison.
No.
And Bono has always had listen, forget the fact that people think Bono is CIA or that he's involved with any of these other things. Let me tell you what would not shock me regarding Bono and the little that I know about him in terms of his extracurricular activities. If that man has not been to the island, I would be very surprised.